Welcome back, cheesy minions, and today's battle is going to be against Captain B-Nard, a fellow YouTuber and Discord member, and this is an RU match. Although I think he said that he accidentally put a Pokemon Bandit RU in his team, so we're actually having one RUBL each per team, so that's kind of interesting. He put Darmanitan in there. I decided to try me and Xiao. Both Pokemon are technically banned in RU, but aside from that, they're RU teams. So let's go ahead and get a move on here. You can see both teams there. He's bringing a pretty scary-looking team, especially with that Darmanitan, who is obviously so threatening with its sheer force ability and its ability to run both Band and Scarf. So he's going to actually go ahead and lead with the Wigglytuff, as I lead with my Mienshao. Actually not a great, lead for me. I'm just going to go ahead and U-turn against this thing. It's going to go ahead and be resisted by that, but I'm going to be able to go into Metagross now to scare this guy away. He's probably just going to set up the rocks. Looking at his team, this Wigglytuff is probably his Stealth Rocker, and he is just going to go for it. And, yeah, so that's going to obviously put the rocks up on my side of the field. But I end up deciding, instead of going for the Meteor Mash right off the bat, I decided just to actually go for the Stealth Rocks myself. He ends up going into his Quagsire, so that's actually okay, because I can actually go to my Mandibuzz. And thinking about it, I'm like, even though I just set up the Stealth Rocks, I'd actually really like to get rid of them, because I think I can deal with that Wigglytuff faster than he could probably deal with my Metagross. So if I get rid of them now, I might be able to only have them on his side of the field later. Plus, I think they kind of hurt me a little bit more than they hurt him. I mean, obviously he has the Darmanitan, which is weak to it, but I decided eventually just to defog, thinking that I might be able to set them up later on him. So yeah, he's just going to go for the Ice Punch, and that's going to be super effective, but due to Mandibuzz's good bulk, I'm going to be able to take that pretty well. Now, I'm not actually a max physical defense Mandibuzz. I believe this is a mixed bulk Mandibuzz, so it's actually doing some respectable damage there with his physical moves. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Roost. I want to keep Mandibuzz healthy because he's still... I mean, Mandibuzz is one of the few Pokemon that I'm pretty confident can actually take at least one hit from a Scarf Darmanitan. Although if it's a Banded Darmanitan, I'm going to be in real trouble because I don't have a whole lot to take from a Banded Darmanitan. So anyway, going to go to my Ampharos now against this here... what is this thing? This Galvantula. I don't know why I couldn't think of that Pokemon's name. But no, I'm just going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. I'm kind of thinking he's either going to set up Sticky Webs or just Volt Switch. I end up going for the Volt Switch myself, which could have backfired because if he went into Quagsire, obviously he would block it. But he does Volt Switch himself, and thankfully I did get the prediction correct because he doesn't go into Quagsire. He ends up going out into his Wigglytuff, which is actually what I really wanted. I figured he wanted to maybe set up Stealth Rocks again, and that Volt Switch is going to do a lot of damage due to Mega Ampharos's amazing special attack stat. And I can go right into Metagross now, and I don't even need to go for the Meteor Mash to kill at this range. I should be able to just kill this guy with a Stab Zen Headbutt, so that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, he does stay in, and that's going to be able to take out his Wigglytuff, which is really nice for me, because that is his Stealth Rocker there, so I know he can't set them back up on me unless he has like another Pokemon Stealth Rocker. I don't think he does, though. Looking at his team, I don't think he has another one that can maybe even learn it. So either way, he's going to go into Darmanitan now. I don't want to lose Metagross quite yet, so I'm just going to switch out, even though I'm not able to set up the Stealth Rocks right away. He's just going to go for a U-turn wisely. So looking at that damage, this is actually a max physical... I think this is a purely physical defensive Porygon 2. I take that very, very well. And looking at the damage, I was able to calculate that that's going to be a Scarf Darmanitan. In fact, I actually calculated to be a Scarf Adamant Darmanitan, which is interesting. And actually kind of note because normally Darmanitan will speed tie Yanmega, but because my Yanmega is timid and I know that thing's adamant, I know that my Yanmega can actually outspeed that. Well, actually, no. Well, not technically because I have a Specs and he has a Scarf still. But if I get rid of that Scarf, I'll be able to outspeed him with my Yanmega, which is kind of important to note. But anyway, yeah, he's just going to now set up the Sticky Webs with his Galvantula, and he's just going to go for a Thunder now against my Porygon 2. He ends up getting the Paralysis, so that actually really sucks. I mean, obviously the Paralysis... I mean, Porygon 2 is not going to outspeed most things, but he's doing enough damage that, especially because I'm not a mixed bulk Porygon 2, I'm a physical bulk Porygon 2, I still take Special pretty well due to Eviolite, granted, but if I obviously get frozen my Paralysis a couple turns in a row, I could be in real trouble. So I added the Toxic Poison so I can just kind of like stall it out, and down it goes, so the Galvantula goes down. But in comes Bubbles now, his Darmanitan, and I'm like, okay. Even if he goes for a superpower, because I'm max physical bulk, I know I can take it. So I'm just going to go for the Recover, and he ends up getting the Paralysis this turn, so that kind of sucks. Although thanks to his -1 attack, I know that he can't kill me, so I'm just going to try to go for the Recover again. But here it is, here it comes. the second paralysis in the row. Thankfully, he switches, because otherwise he would have been able to kill Porygon too. But he does switch into his Drapion. He wants to set up his very interesting Z Acupressure, which is going to increase his critical hit stage by 1 point, as well as give him +2 in a random stat with the normal ability of Acupressure. He ends up not getting something. I think he got accuracy, so that's not particularly useful. But the main thing, though, is the increased crit chance of Z Acupressure, which is notable because with Drapion's ability and a high critical hit move, that is actually going to be a guaranteed critical hit after the Z Acupressure. So he's going to crit me pretty much with every move, guaranteed. That's how it works. So, yeah. So as you can see, those crits are actually doing a lot of damage, despite my fact that I have a ton of physical bulk. He's adamant max attack, he said. So, yeah. So that just shows you the power of Porygon too. Just be able to tank these crits from a max attack Drapion like nothing. So I'm just going to go ahead and heal up. I'm doing more healing than he can deal damage with a crit cross poison. So I'm thinking, okay, let's go ahead and hit him this turn. Unfortunately, I got the paralysis this turn, so I'm not going to be able to get the sheer force boosted Ice Beam or Thunderbolt. I did trace sheer force, by the way, if you guys didn't notice, which is actually increasing the power of Thunderbolt and Ice Punch. Unfortunately, because I got, once again, 2 Parahaxes in a row, I was going to be able to take down Porygon too, so... yeah, it kind of sucks, but I guess it's about time. So anyway, in comes my Yanmega. This is actually a Specs Yanmega, which is kind of like the more popular Yanmega these days. No longer are we gonna be running Speed Boost Yanmega usually. I mean, people still run it, but this is a really, really awesome set. But yeah, so it's gonna do actually a lot of damage, considering this Miss Magus is actually Assault Vested. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to go into my Ampharos. He's just going to stay in, and I believe he just goes for a Power Gem. I'm thinking I might stay in. I don't know why you would think that, because that wasn't a 2-hit KO. But yeah, he's just going to go for the Shadow Ball now against my Mega Ampharos. I do live it slightly, thanks to Ampharos' a really good special bulk. And I'm just going to go for a Dragon Pulse, and because of his Assault Vest, he actually takes it really, really nicely. Well, he doesn't die, so there's that. I mean, and Miss Magus is, you know, it's a sexy lady Pokemon. It's Pokemon one of my favorites, and I actually haven't used it much recently. I feel like it was a lot better in Gen 4, but oh well. So anyway, I'm going to go into my Mandibuzz again. I know obviously he has the Power Gem, so he's just going to go for that, but because I have Mixed Bulk, I actually take that pretty nicely. In fact, I take, I would say, a quarter from that, so I can tank those and recover up if I wanted to. But first I want to defog. I want to get rid of those sticky webs, because they're annoying me. And that would obviously make Darmanitan impossible to outspeed, even with my Scarf Me and Shao. So I do need to get rid of those, so I'm just going to do that. And now I'm just going to go for the Roost, because I know his Power Gems aren't doing enough damage. If he had Thunderbolt, he might be able to do enough damage so that I couldn't Roost, but he doesn't appear to have Thunderbolt. Instead, he has the Power Gem. So there you go. He's just going to go for that again. And I'm like, you know what? If you're going to give it to me, I'm going to take full HP. Because I need to keep my Mandibuzz, after calcing it, because he's Adamant Scarf, I need to keep my Mandibuzz like above 90% HP to live a Flare Blitz. Because I don't have that maximum physical bulk, unfortunately. So, yeah, he's just going to go for another Power Gem now. And here I'm like, okay, I'm just going to kill him. So I'm just going to knock off this Miss Magus, and that's going to be able to take care of it. He was just trying to wither me down as much as possible. And he did wither me down enough that I think I will die to a Flare Blitz if he goes into the Darmanitan here. And he does, so I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to lose Mandibuzz. No, he just goes for a U-turn. I decided to actually try to tank it. I don't think I could have, so that was actually really fortunate for me that he did that, and now I'm just going to go for the Roost. I think he could have maybe killed Mandibuzz there. It would have been a roll at any rate. You'll see later in the battle how much a Flare Blitz actually does to my Mandibuzz. But yeah, so I am healing now with my leftovers. He's going to actually try to go for an Acupressure, so I guess he's hoping for like a speed boost or an attack boost or something to help him out. He's going to really need an attack boost if he wants to actually hurt my Mandibuzz, because he already used the Z move. He can't use it again. So, yeah, he can't obviously set up that extra crit stage anymore. So I'm just going to go to my Yanmega now. And he is just going to go for another Acupressure here. He ends up getting the speed, I think. I think he does get the speed. Yeah, so that kind of sucks, because now he's going to be able to outspeed Yanmega. And he does go for the Cross Poison, hoping to get the crit. He does not. I don't think a crit would have killed me anyway, because, yeah, crits only do 1.5. And even if it did double, it wouldn't have killed me. Because I took it less than half from it. So I'm able to take that guy out now with a, I think it was an Air Slash, so that's pretty cool. And in comes this stupid Bubbles thing again, and I have to switch out. I'm just going to go to my Metagross, because honestly I need to sack something. Nothing I have left is going to really take a Flare Blitz, so at least 2 of them anyway. So I'm just going to go into my Metagross. He's going to do a lot of recoil damage to himself at any rate. And Metagross is, looking at the rest of his team, I don't really need Metagross for anything particular. And it does allow me to get the Safe Switch now into my Mienshao, which will be able to outspeed, because Mienshao has higher base speed than Darmanitan. So, He's going to withdraw. He's going to go into his Quagsire again now, as I just go for a knockoff. So that's going to be able to get rid of the leftovers from the Quagsire, so that's pretty nice for me. And I am going to switch out now into my Mandibuzz, because I feel like my Mandibuzz can actually match up really well against his Quagsire. Not only because, obviously, Quagsire's not the strongest Pokemon ever, but I have Taunt. And judging by his moveset, I'm guessing there's going to be a Curse Recover set, so I'm just going to Taunt so he can't do any of that. And I know that even with Ice Punch, he's not going to be able to wither down my Mandibuzz. Now, granted, I only have Knockoff as an attacking move on my Mandibuzz, and I already knocked off an item. It's not going to do a whole lot, but I can pretty much kill this Quagsire confirmed unless he gets like a freeze off this Ice Punch. And yeah, I'm just going to go for that because, yeah, this pretty much, if he doesn't switch out, I can just kill this Quagsire for free. So I'm just going to go for a Roost because he can't deal more damage than I can heal. And while he's taunted, he can't heal, so this is pretty much advantage me if he wants, and it's up to him if he wants to stay in and try to go for that freeze. And it looks like that's what he's going to try to do. The taunt wears off, but I'm just going to make sure I set it up again. I do not want this guy to recover or anything, or set up or anything of that nature. He's just going to go for a nice punch again wisely. Hit my Mandibuzz down to about half, and I believe I'm just going to go for another knockoff this turn. If he does switch out, knockoff obviously will knock off the Scarf from the Darmanitan, making it effectively neutered. But no, he's just going to go for a nice punch again. I have to Roost this turn, and he is going to actually wisely switch into Darmanitan. He's hoping that he can actually take my Mandibuzz out. He's probably realized at this point I'm not max physical defense on this Mandibuzz. So he's hoping that a Flare Blitz will be able to do the trick. So as you can see, I recovered after the Roost, and the leftovers up to 183 health. He goes for that Flare Blitz, and let's see if it's enough. I survived with 15 HP, so that almost killed me. Thankfully, it doesn't quite kill me. I am able to knock off the Choice Scarf, so now it's no longer being speed boosted. It does allow him to switch moves, though, so he doesn't have to go for Flare Blitz again. He just goes for the Rock Slide, although I don't think, at this point, the recoil would have killed him. So maybe he should have went for the 100% move. I don't know. Either way, he just kills me with the Rock Slide. He doesn't miss, so that's good for him. And in comes the Mian Xiao now, who should just be able to go for the U-turn. If he switches out, then I can just, switch into my Yanmega to kill the Quagsire, because my Yanmega does have Giga Drain. If he stays in, then he's just going to die, and then I get this matchup. So this is game over, because, yeah, I've been keeping Yanmega around specifically for this Quagsire. In fact, I didn't have a whole lot of grass moves on this team, and that's the reason I really need to keep my Yanmega around. But now that, yeah, now it's done. So yeah, good game there, Captain B-Nard. Was a fun one. I always like RU, even if we do have some non-RU Pokemon, or at least one each. It's still, obviously, RU is really fun. So, anyway. Alright, so, I guess I'm going to ask the question today. Is a lot of things, something that everyone's been talking about is the Armored Evolution rumor. I think it came from, like, a 4chan post about the prediction way before, well, not way before, but a couple weeks before Sword and Shield were officially released. They were able to predict the names and the region being based off Great Britain. And they also said a lot of other interesting things, including, obviously, hinting at the legendaries. Now, obviously, this leak is still unconfirmed. I don't think they've confirmed the Armored Evolution yet. And I'm still kind of on the ice. In fact, I'm kind of like 50-50. I don't really know if I trust it or not. Honestly, so today's question today is going to be, do you think the Armored Evolution rumor is real, first of all? And how do you feel about this? Like, what do you think? How do you think it's going to function if it is real? And finally, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think about it? Like, do you like it or not? I mean, that's pretty much up to you. I know that in the leak 4chan thing. In fact, let me see if I can bring it up. There's the posting question. As for whether I think it's valid, I mean, it could be. I mean, it sounds like something they would do, maybe. Although I'm kind of leaning towards not, because I don't want another Charizard form, for God's sakes. Although an Armored Flygon would be cool. I must say. So the reason I kind of thinking maybe this isn't real is, okay, so everyone kind of was rumored, like Great Britain, the fact that the region is Great Britain, everyone kind of knew. It was like one of those heavily rumored things before they were actually revealed. So really the only impressive piece of information on this is the fact that, they guessed the game's titles. But there was a ton of these posts on 4chan and various other boards, guessing on all, spoiling a ton of different names. So someone's bound to get it right. So, I don't know. But if it is real, I don't really expect them to be like Mega Evolution. Because I would like to think that Game Freak would not give Charizard another armor, Mega Evolution. Some people have been saying, oh, they'll just be kind of functional, similar to Mega Evolutions. I'm kind of thinking they'll just actually be items and maybe boost defense, or I think they might just be hold items. Personally, I think maybe, and they'll have maybe a special effect for that Pokemon, similarly like the Bone Club or something. Um, and I'd be shocked if they're. I mean, that's the weird thing. It says armored evolutions. So is it like a form change or just that Pokemon wearing armor? Like how different? I mean, obviously armored Mewtwo from like the first movie. I could see that's probably what it's gonna probably end up being. Who knows if it's real? You know, this seems kind of unoriginal to me too, and that's why I don't really like it. It's like the Mega Evolutions. Obviously, I came around on Mega Evolutions, and they're pretty unique. And then you had the Z moves, which is like a unique mechanic. This seems like it's just kind of like Mega Evolution, maybe, unless it's just like a hold item that gives you the Pokemon an extra ability. But that's kind of underwhelming. So yeah, leave a comment about what your thoughts are about all this, and see you guys again next time. Laters, bye.